What's up and welcome to the Way Out Gaming. In this video, I'm going to kind of be all over the place because a lot of news came out today. All AMD, they released, or not released, but they came out with the RX 560. Today was their financial analyst day. They came out with the new roadmap to Vega. They came out with the new roadmap to Zen. They came out with the card I just made a video on. They're calling it Radeon Vega Frontier Edition. So they came out with a lot of stuff today. They came out with the announced the Threadripper. So they've announced a lot, and they have two versions of this Vega card. It's not RX Vega, it's Vega, just regular Vega. I guess it's supposed to be like their Radeon Pro, but since they already came out to Radeon Pro, they're just naming it Radeon Vega without the RX. So I guess the RX is supposed to be for gaming or something like that, their gaming line. But I'm going to get into pretty much the first thing right here. And the first thing is going to be that Vega, Navi, and the next generation. So right here, Vega is going to be, Vega for 2017 is going to be 14 nanometer and 14 nanometer plus. So I don't really know what that means exactly. That's for 2017. Navi is going to be 7 nanometer, and then in 2020 is going to be the next generation, and they don't really say any names or nothing like that. It just says next generation. So they planning on leapfrogging design, you know, and all of the performance increases and stuff like that. So I guess they want a sizable performance increase every time they do it. They don't want to go incremental, you know, pretty much like Intel or like Nvidia is doing. They don't want to do little incremental stuff. They want to do big, you know, stuff, big jumps, at least 40% or something. So the next up is going to be Zen. As far as Zen is going to be, it's 14 nanometer and 14 nanometer plus. And as far as the roadmap, it says here is going to be a Zen 2, that's going to be a 7 nanometer, and Zen 3 is going to be 7 nanometer plus, and that's going to be around 2020 for the Zen 3. I think 2018 is when the Zen 2 comes out. So I'm going to put all these graphs and pictures in my video. I'm just trying to get trying to get through everything that they were talking about today, and then I'm going to go into some stuff a little bit more detailed. Now, they did come out with and announced the Threadripper, which pretty much everybody already knew. It pretty much leaked. Pretty much all of this information leaked. It's just announced now that all of it is actually true. So as far as the Threadripper, it's going to be 16 cores, 32 threads, and like I said, if that rings some bells for you, yeah, it came out. The leak, it already leaked and stuff like that. And that's pretty much the only thing that they have on that is going to be 16 cores and 32 threads. And it looks like it's going to be announced, might come out this summer. The details are going to be shared at Computex in June, so it's most likely going to come out around this summer, and that's going to be for the enthusiast market. I don't know if it's going to run off the same AM4 motherboards or not. Hopefully it do. I might pick one up just for the fun of it. And what I was talking to you about basically in the last video, they came out and basically said it. today that yes, AMD Radeon Vega Frontier Edition arrives late June with 16 gigabytes of HBM2. So yeah, it's going to be pretty much. They say it's going to be just like Fiji. They're saying that it's like a professional grade one, but then they're comparing it to Fiji too at the same time. They're saying it's a massive step forward from Fiji. So basically, don't people really use Fiji for gaming? So I don't really know. I guess you could compare this to the Titan, because even though they're saying it's not a RX Vega, it's just a regular Vega, which is something like a Pro. It's saying this is a Radeon Pro product, not a RX for gaming. Frontier Edition is Vega base product with 16 gigabytes HBM2 on board, confirmed by Raja. Yeah, pretty much. But to me, I don't really know what the difference is between the gaming and the non-gaming. I feel if this is strong enough and it's low enough in price, get it. But it might not be. So I really don't know. Maybe putting the Pro in the name, even though they're not putting the Pro in the name. This one is just going to be called Radeon Vega instead of Radeon RX Vega. So it looks like it's going to have 13 teraflops. I believe the Titan XP has like 11.5 or something like that. I don't really know off the top of my head, but yeah, this one's going to have more. It's either 11.5 or 12, somewhere around there. Either way it goes, this one has more teraflops than the Titan XP, which is the new Titan XP, not the one that everybody was calling the Titan XP before that. So on to the next thing. And the next thing we have here, they came out too and announced that the Radeon Vega that has to be specified, I guess, because it's RX Vega and regular Vega. So, and it looks like they came out and said they're going to have two versions of the Vega, the Radeon Vega Frontier card. It's going to be a water cooled edition, and it's going to be a regular air edition of this one card, actually, not two cards. So it's pretty much going to be like the Fiji. I believe they had an air cooled and a water cooled Fiji too. So that's why I'm still not, like I said, down in the comment section below you can actually tell me, because I wasn't doing computers back then. I was basically going to the store and buying computers back then, and I was on video games and everything. So you could tell me that down below, like, did they air cool and water cool? Because I know Fiji was water cooled. Only the ones I seen is the water cooled ones. So I'm not understanding right now why they're saying that this isn't for gaming, especially since Fiji pretty much was for gaming. I'm believing, yeah, it was for gaming. I know that's what everybody use it for. But yeah, this one is gonna be 13 teraflops for any council people out there. You know, we only by council we only go by teraflops. We don't really go by all the numbers that computer guys go by. So that's why I'm on a little learning curve here. I'm trying to figure out all the numbers and everything that goes along with this stuff instead of just going by the teraflops. And next up pretty much is AMD Radeon Vega has officially 4096 streaming processors. So like I said, exactly what I said in my last video. Everything, all the specs and everything were true. It's going to have 64 compute units. They don't really know yet if it's going to have four high stacks of HBM2, or if they're going to have 8 high stacks of HBM2. But either way it goes, they're going to cram it in there. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be in there. So yeah, all of basically everything that we already knew before. It's going to have 64 compute units, single precision compute performance is going to be 13 teraflops, half precision compute performance, 16 floating point is going to be 25 teraflops. Pixel field rate is going to be 90 gigapixels per second. Memory capacity is going to be 16 gigabytes of HBM2 cache, or high bandwidth cache. Memory bandwidth is going to be 480 gigabytes per second. So, like I said, I'm going to put all these pictures in this video so you can see exactly what I'm seeing right now. I mean, the graphics cards looks great. They look like they're gold and I don't know if it's gold and purple. I believe it is gold and purple or gold and blue. You can never really tell what in pictures until you get it in your hand. It looks like the body of it is going to be like a brushed aluminum, and it's going to be purple and yellow, or blue and yellow, or gold. Either way it goes, that's kind of, I mean, it's kind of good for me. But even though they said it's not a actual gaming graphic card, like, I don't really care about all that. As long as it's powerful and if it's cheap enough, I get it. I really don't care. But they haven't came out with the pricing on here yet, because I'm from Michigan and blue and gold. So come on, that's me all day. But as far as my computer build, is not going to be blue and gold. So that would kind of mess up the aesthetic in my build. But hey, in the grand scheme of things, who really cares, right? But yeah, tell me what you think about all of this that I've told you on this video, pretty much. Are you waiting, to actually see how much this thing costs, and maybe you get it even though they said it wasn't a gaming card and it was more like a pro card? If they're trying to call it a pro card, tell you the truth, even though they're calling it Vega and not Radeon Pro, it might be in the $1,000 range, just because they're not calling it gaming and they're calling it just regular Vega. So they're trying to say it's a pro model and it's not an actual RX Vega model. But tell you the truth, if it's cheaper than the Titan XP or the Titans, I see a lot of people still trying to get this one just because it's up there with the Titan. And I wouldn't really blame you if you can get something that's 13 teraflops, which is more than the Titan. I don't really know how it would perform next to the Titan. It might do exactly what the Titan does, as far as AMD stuff like that does happen when they actually have more on paper. They're stronger, but it's actually weaker than the NVIDIA or Intel. So that's something I've never really understood. But I know this video is going on too long. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, because I really want to hear what you have to say about all of this that I've talked about today. And subscribe. Whatever you do, even if you don't like the video, click on that little subscribe button, click the bell so you can see whenever I have another video coming out. And I'll see you next time. I'm out.